Good day, all creatures of fire and ratings, and welcome to Kingdom of Aldana, where the Dungeon Master is never prepared. Previously, a couple months ago, years, yeah, something like that, the Hero Stellans have arrived to Nebo with the final preparations for the arrival of the Mother Dragons. You made a quick shopping trip to get some components, while Lady Kazar has shared some potions with Leos. Tracker did a big thing where he bought some rings and, in a very unromantic way, proposed to Melora. For some reason, she said yes. So there's that.
Yourself, I thought it was romantic.
It's the other the one that you propose to, what they think it is. So if Melora thinks it's romantic or Shani thinks it's romantic, then it is
I
romantic.
suppose when Traga has put the expectations so low with his previous dates, that was romantic. So, anyway, all of you have teleported to Kreuzung, where Arles ran away, and the rest of you went into the castle to check in with your friends, and I guess still friends. You've talked to Albert and Anna, and Leos has had the conversation with Niyati. You've got some... you said your goodbyes, you've got some pep talks. You picked up Arles, you did a quick trip to Neverwinter, where Aldana gave a status report to Zardos and received his permission on a couple of things related to creation of an undead army and preparations for the arrival of Mother. And while the rest of Hero Stellans are enjoying some mortal food and excursions into the castle, you Zardos are getting some private time with Aldana in order to finish, or more like begin, your transformation into a proper vampire. No, it is vampire. Yes? It is very important to transform into vampire. So yeah, Aldana has requested that you get a bit of privacy as you depart for the bedroom that really none of you need, since you don't really sleep in a bed. But it is private. Anything you wanna say or do before I continue?
Not really.
Okay. And I'm gonna say that, not quite knowing what to expect, you gingerly follow her along. We have discussed this out of character. Apparently, this is like the proper virgin party, where like some of you are just getting in your first relationships ever. So yeah, like it's all like I know new, but you finish your trip and she closes the door and turns towards you. Very well. I will put a bit of a delay on the whole process to let you travel wherever you're intending to travel, but don't forget to take in your nourishment as quickly as you can and make sure you sleep well tonight. and for the next 4 nights after. It will not be a pleasant process, but it is a necessary unpleasantry that you will have to go through. And if you do not forget to eat and sleep well, it will pass as safely and as pleasantly as it could ever pass.
I'll keep that in mind.
In any case, you've been chewed on by a dragon, so you had worse.
Yeah, possibly. Let's see. So yeah, just eat once a day, get left to sleep. Keep going.
Right. She herself seems kinda, I guess, not as, decisive as you expected her to be. And she kinda goes, alright, and it pushes you in your chest, forcing you to take that step backwards as you hit the sofa behind you and fall sit on it, making you a bit more level with her. And she comes closer, pops open the collar, moves aside your shirt to reveal your neck, and leans in. Feel a cold breath on your cold skin for a moment, then the puncture of her fangs as you do take those 7 points of piercing damage. And then you feel something unbearably hot injected into your body. The warmth that you haven't felt in weeks already. As it pulses through you, sending that warm, tingling sensation. And you feel yourself getting energized, like you're being pumped with pure, unadulterated magic. Feel that buzz in your nerves as they begin to contort and you struggle to contain your body. The blood rushes to your head, darkening your vision for a moment as you breathe hard, trying to bring it under control. Breathe in and out. Endure the pain, endure the tingling. Let it flow through you and over you. And the pain settles in, dull, aching, as the heat subsides. And the fuzz in your eyes subsides as you see the room once again. And you try to move. The whole body is in terrible, aching pain, like you've been beaten for the whole day, bruised all over. Your joints ache, your muscles ache. You feel lightheaded. And check the number so that I don't kill you accidentally. And you have 5, no. Well, yeah, you have 5 levels of exhaustion.
Awesome.
She.
We look those effects up.
Yes.
She moves away from you, wiping her mouth on a small white handkerchief, and you just lie there, looking at her, going.
That was unexpected.
There is no gain without pain. It will subside and you'll be able to move in an hour. Well, somewhat.
Kind of picture things going a little differently, but okay.
Well, I don't think you were into the thing, but you are currently going through a late stage of withdrawal, as you have had nothing to eat in a very long time, or more like never in your life.
I've had some ice cold
Yeah, that's not
treats.
That's not it. No, that's not it. I'll see if we can make you a little bit better. She leans in, like pats down your neck with her handkerchief, and as she puts away, you see like a blotch of dark, like not quite black, but very dark blood. As you have noticed, your blood has become a lot darker in color since your heart has stopped. And puts it away and fixes your collar. I'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
I'll try.
She leaves. You hear a pause, and the door locks. And you hear her footsteps moving away. If I remember correctly, the rest of you, some of you wanted like an excursion, some of you just were eating or something. Anything specific you guys wanted to do or see or kill somebody or...
After I just got the silver from her, no, that's it, I think.
Yeah, you got, what was it? I got a candlestick or something?
Candlesticks, yeah.
Yeah. What was the silver for? Oh, right, for the chalice.
Marriage.
Oh, yeah, that, no. Yeah.
I believe one of the zombies or somebody was looking for a silver knife as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's gonna happen as well. But unless you guys wanna snoop around and check the drawers, you're left to your devices for about half an hour before you see Aldana coming back. And she looks over whoever is not walking around and asks, "Could I bother one of you with a bit of a donation?"
Sure, how much do you need?
Oh, just a cupful.
Oh. I look to the others first.
Sure, just take from me first. What exactly do I need to do here?
Well, if you would rather do it yourself, she points to the many empty, clean vessels that the table still holds.
I actually think me and Melora could help with that. Out of character, we are proficient in medicine.
You do it like this, right? And I'm like, get out the dagger and put it up to my neck, like, so this is how you do this, right?
That's more than a
Oh.
couple.
Let me bring a bed in then.
Sure, you do it, Trigger. Here, my arm.
Yeah, I don't know how you say it in English, but the thing you do to put.
A tourniquet?
Come on. Yes.
I mean, like the rope
A
that
rectal
you
exam.
tighten around his.
Liftach. Wait, I'm just gonna look it up.
Sure.
I do the procedure.
Oh. Okay, that's
Yes.
a lot more succinct
I
than
do the
I
thing,
expected
you know.
you wanted to do. Speaking of which, let me get my trusty Google Translate as well, just in case. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need it. But yeah, make my medicine check just for the sake of it, just to see how much you make Arlie suffer.
Excellent.
This is roll a natural one. Oh, that's not very good. Yeah, so you take out a saw, a rusted saw. No.
Trigger, what are you doing?
Don't worry, we haven't
Yeah.
discovered tetanus yet.
Yeah. It has not been in hepatitis. Hepatitis C has not been.
Hepatitis C has
Hepatitis C has not been invented yet. Yeah. Yeah. You take out like a small sharp knife, and it is completely unsuitable for this kind of procedure. And you do the thing. You like let the blood pull up, and you like prepare the chalice, and you have him look away, and you do the cut. You do it a lot more painfully than you could have done if you had better tool and did a better job. So you are
Yeah.
well control like 1d4 for damage for the knife. But the blood does flow freely, although with of course, with a rather large cut. Sure, at which level?
Price the wound, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Although
Good
with
thinking,
such a
Trigger.
large cut, an unpleasant amount of blood is spilled out of the cup. But you let it flow for a bit, massaging Aris's hand, and you feel the cup, and then you let lay on hands for 1 hit point to seal the edges, to connect the skin and make the blood flow, as you've got a rather messy chalice of
Sorry, I haven't had much
Bright
practice
red
since
blood.
we cut off Glod's leg off.
Yeah, it felt more like the kind of practice you have with your spear than the one you're supposed to have among, But that's okay. It'll.
How long ago?
I want
Ars, make me a constitution saving throw.
You do get a +6.
On what?
That'll be hard to
Oh.
fail in that case.
Yeah. Like, like as you stand up, you feel like just like a little bit of lightheadedness for a moment, but it wasn't as bad as you might have expected, looking at the amount of blood that the Trigger has spilled. I'm thinking that, Trigger, like, if you did a better job, some of that blood might have still ended up inside of me, which I would have preferred, but
It's okay. I'm tough,
yeah. You are. Yeah. Aldana picks up the chalice. Think. Leaves once more.
I think we just, as long as possible, we don't give her any of your blood. But I don't know. I think that's better. Yours or Melora's.
To do what?
Yeah, just in general, I feel like it's probably the more potent shit, so probably leave that one out if we can.
But leave who out?
You from giving blood.
Why? What's wrong with my blood?
I feel like it might be, you know, like you give someone a copper coin, it's kind of okay, but you give someone 100 platinum, you don't know what they're gonna do with that amount of money, so...
I'm not royalty. My blood ain't blue.
Yeah, it's not what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
It's not a royalty.
Then
My
what's the
blood
problem?
Connection to the divine.
Well, once it leaves my body, I don't think it has.
I don't know how that works. They call it holy water, and I don't think no, that ever loses its properties, so holy blood might not either. I don't know, I'm just speculating, it doesn't matter. So anyway, what are we gonna... Shouldn't be here too much longer, right?
I don't think so.
We need to return somewhat soon to leave with Khazar.
We're just waiting on Zardos. It's been, what, half an hour? Holding up pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, we can wait a while longer.
Meanwhile, you are just lying on the bed, unable to move.
Yep. Busy.
Counting the stains on the ceiling. Well, like when you can't really do much, time does tend to flow a lot slower than you would want. So after what seems like an unpleasantly long time, you do hear approaching footsteps and the unlocking of a door as you see Aldana come into the room bearing a small goblet. She closes the door behind her and approaches you as you're lying on the bed, sets the goblet aside onto a like a small table next to the bed, and like picks you up by like your head and your shoulders and lifts you up, which she does with absolute ease. She seems completely unhindered by your bulkier and larger frame that you have, but she basically sits you up and picks up the goblet and brings it up to your lips. She tells you, well, drink.
Okay.
He feels the liquid touch your lips, and first gulp is sweet. A little bit of tinge, like young sweet wine that has been prepared just right. And after having spent many weeks with your sense of taste basically coronaed, the feeling is multiplied tenfold as you find yourself just gulping down the liquid, feeling it warmly go down your throat as the pain in your muscles dulls and that fuzzy feeling in the nerves subsides, and you get the feeling of your legs, of your limbs again. You feel your hands contract and twitch according to your orders. You finish the goblet, Eliana just pouring it into you as you gulp it down greedily. And I'll still feel like shit, but I feel like you can. You're like technically at extortion level 4.5, so you have like 10 feet of movement speed or something. But you have it.
You can dash
Feels
for
a little
20.
better. Yeah, it feels a little better. Taste was... I guess I'll get used to that.
Yeah, wisdom savings.
There it is.
Didn't have adventure anyway. Oh wait, you do. You do have. Oh, right, you're exhausted. Your hand reaches out for the goblet, hoping that there is a bit more remaining in it. But you feel Eliana clasp firmly around your wrist as she holds you in place and says, I understand your thirst, but you must contain yourself. Let this be a gift, not a curse. You are the one who's in control, not it.
Yes, yes. New taste and all that. So who was the donor this time?
Would you like to take a guess?
Let's see. Don't taste any... No hints of wood, so it's not triggered. I'm not sure.
Well, was that young sorcerer?
Yeah,
She
he actually went first.
puts her finger into the goblet and like scoops up like a little dollop. Interesting.
You don't really have anything to compare it to, but...
Well, I'm certain you'll have your chances, assuming the generosity of your friends remains as generous as they have promised. Please remember, as I have told you, to diversify your diet for the next couple of days. Your body requires all different kinds of nutrients to recover. And it would do you better to make sure give it the best chances you could.
I will do that. Try all sorts of... It's always nice to try lots of different wines and see what's better.
Yes, that is a good way to think about it. It is a pleasure to have a nice goblet at the end of a hard day, but having more than one or two is wise.
Yes, don't want to overindulge.
Well, I am certain your friends are eagerly awaiting your return, for they must be afraid that either I am killing you over here or we are having a blood orgy. Assumption that I am not too intent on dissuading them from, but for the sake of our future, you might want to not leave them waiting.
Sure, yeah. They're interested in getting along, they're moving along as we planned, so I will get up and slowly shuffle my way towards the door.
She, as you still struggle to move, she kinda, locks her arms with yours, giving you a bit of support, which does help. As you slowly and very, call it, cheers. No, doesn't matter. As you slowly make your way back towards the rest of your comrades, who, let's say, by this point have mostly regrouped. There wasn't much of an excursion to have in the castle, for most of the rooms are, well, frankly, abandoned and dusty and don't have much interesting shit in them. Again, unless you guys were expecting to look through some drawers, there isn't much to see aside from what is an old and well-established castle, wealthy and well-furnished with old and sturdy furniture, with various embroidery and how should I pronounce this so that somebody doesn't think I'm talking about goblins? Gobelins? Or the way. Tapestries along the walls. Dusty as it is. But yeah, you're all back together. You see Zardos being shuffled in this room. He looks about as pale as he has recently gotten used to. Though there is a slight tinge of life on his lips.
You look very healthy, Zartos. Great look on you.
Ah, yes, and thank you for the donation, Arliss.
You know, it sounds weird when you say it.
Yeah, I know.
That way.
I heard as soon as it came out.
Why? Thank you for a donation. People always say that when people donate to them.
Yeah, but this is just a little different.
Where do you experience this, Trego?
Well, like in different temples where you donate money or gold, or
I've never heard that
they usually say thank you for a donation.
The version I heard all of the time was Timora be with you and similar things, but never thank you for your donation. You donate a little more and maybe I'll... Never mind.
We'll throw in a
So if
free,
you become a platinum donor, then we can offer you some better prizes.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we good to go?
Yeah.
Are you okay, Zardos?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
You move like I'd expect someone who isn't alive to move. Yes, not at all.
A little stiff, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Stiff
Well,
is the
you are
right
a
word.
stiff, yeah.
In that case, if everyone is ready, we can go back to Khazar's place. Yes. We should probably inform her beforehand. Can you let her know we're gonna be trapped in her circle in a little bit?
Sure. It's like, the commodities. Yeah. I will send Kazar a message letting know that we're on our way back.
Do you need your queen to join us later on? When we're gonna be hiding away with Khazar?
From what I understand, it'd be better for her to stay here. Otherwise, too long away might.
I don't mind. I'm just asking before we leave without her, and you might need her, and we need to come back and get her, and it's gonna be annoying. So, might as well.
Always important to check.
Yeah. Well then, everyone come a little closer and give me your hands, please. And I shall teleport. And since it's a permanent circle, no issues, I assume.
Yeah, no issues. One second. Check something quickly. All right, of course. Yeah, no, not quite. Okay, enough. Yeah, so you find yourself in the underground teleportation room of Lady Khazar's mansion. The defenses apparently disabled before your arrival, leaving you free to walk up the stairs on your own. Whereupon you are welcomed, yes, by Amoin, who asks if you have finished your business.
I think so.
Mm.
We have finished it so far that once we move out of here, we just remember that one thing that we forgot.
Yeah, as you do.
Right. She tells you to go since somewhere. She's gonna go warn her aunt. You're done. Lady Khazar seems to be at her laboratory doing something she didn't want to be interrupted with, unless you came back. Yeah, so she disappears. You wait a couple of minutes until the both of them return. Let's see. Alright. And Lady Khazar calls over to you, asking if. Alright. Now we're down here.
Looks like it, yes.
Do you remember if you have forgotten anything?
How would I remember if
Oh.
I've forgotten anything?
Well, just run down the list: keys, wallet.
Do you have a bit of leather? A bit of like a rope? And a bit of gown for sewing?
Define a bit.
Just enough so I summon the bow. Just enough so I can put this anywhere so I don't have to resummon it all the time.
Picking up a new hobby. Sounds nice.
Otherwise, I would actually... That might be the one thing that I forgot to do. Otherwise, I'll run into the city and get some supplies for that.
I'm certain we will find something.
Cool.
By now, it's like afternoon.
By now it's late afternoon. Actually, close to sunset.
So you might want to hurry with that, yes, before shops close.
Didn't Lady Kazar just say she might have something for that?
Oh, I thought. Okay. I thought you meant we might find something in the shops.
No, she said yet. It's pretty sure you have something.
I have something?
I mean, the building.
Oh, okay.
Alright. And let me confirm one last time, we are traveling to a different dimension, whence we'll be safe, hopefully, from any scrying or other attempts to locate me or you. And we shall remain there until the date that we are ready. Do I have it more or less correct?
Yep.
Good. Then I suggest you go sit down somewhere. That will take me a little bit to get us there.
Okay.
Sure thing, a bit.
Gladly.
As
You
old
want,
man
you
Zardos.
want Nidala, Zardos? You want Nidala? It looks like it hurts me to see you try and walk. So
Just need a little rest, and I think, yeah, that
that's
might
what
speed things up. Yeah.
good. I'll just get her out of the bag and roll her in front of him. There you go, old man.
old.
I'm just imagining like a vampire lord in like flying assistant's chair. Like all we need is I give him a robe that covers his eyes and have Nidala like twist itself like this, and he can like go around. I have been expecting you, young Skywalker. Gate. Help me, Atlas! I'm too weak! He's gonna kill me! Yeah, alright. So, anything you wanna do? Any last conversations? Any last, oh fuck, I forgot to buy some milk?
Are we gonna need supplies?
No.
Food?
You have good berry.
Yes. And decanters. of
3
endless
months
water.
of good berry and endless water.
Dope.
Alright. So you chill somewhere, expecting Lady Kazara at any moment to appear and pick you up and whiff you off into a majestic and hidden secret dimension that she has created through arcane means as a hideout for you. For it will be indeed majestic and maybe even magnificent.
Mm.
But no such thing
You're gonna have to
happens.
jump into the toilet, right?
Yes. You might have to jump through the toilet and through some secret tunnels. And then you all feel a moment of like somebody like tugging at your stomach, akin to teleportation. And that's it.
Did you teleport the entire house?
Oh, don't tell me she
Wait,
did.
what? That was
That's pretty cool.
I looked through the window.
Make me a
If there is a
perception check.
window here.
Alright, let me open up Roll20. You look out through the window. It is as dark as it was when you arrived, for it is almost night. But with the direction you expected to see, like something like the garden. But what you see is a vast, empty darkness and the glittering of stars in the distance. Oh my god, it's full of stars. You see, like, there are other walls of the house that are nearby as you peer through the windows, but it seems that the house is floating in an endless sea of distant stars.
I know you want to open a window.
Don't, we'll be sucked up.
What? Why? What? It makes no sense.
Yeah, I wonder what they're thinking back in Nebo right now.
I want to walk on over to a door.
Do it.
Or like a window.
Do it. I want to see what happens.
I'm
Alright,
very curious.
You
as
walk
well.
over, yes.
Huh?
I'm not walking over. I just
He is
want him
walking
to walk over and do it.
Alice?
1 second. Where is it?
Wisdom saving throw?
Oh. Yeah, I'll try and open this window, see what happens.
Huh?
Curiosity killed the...
Make
Marvelous.
me aesthetics check.
Oh, wow. Sure. Yes.
You attempt to open a window, right?
Mm-hmm.
You try to push the window open, and it doesn't give. Like, not at all. It's barely rattles a little bit. And then you go, oh right, ledge. And
Sure, I unhooked
you unhook the ledge. Do you try again?
Yeah.
Push the window open.
Just want to like put my head outside and take a look around.
You
Is it stars in every direction?
put your head outside, and well, there's no air outside, so
If there's no air outside, there's no air inside.
you're not doing much.
Wait, so this is like holding your breath, or this is like getting crushed?
It's like trying to breathe in where there's nothing to breathe in.
Okay, I'll quickly like take the head back and close the window. Yeah, we can't go out there apparently.
What happened?
There's no air. Like,
Oh.
you can't breathe. Like here underwater, but worse.
Hmm.
So unless you want to hold your breath, I guess then you can go outside.
Well, we have finished our transfer. Let's hope nobody asks any questions, and before you ask me, please resist from trying to go outside. If you move too far away from the house, we may not find you.
Also, you can't breathe out there.
She turns towards Julius. Remember my vault? Yes. I have transported us inside of the Darn's infinite vault. There's air outside. There's just not enough of it to fill the infinity.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
It is. And hopefully a far safer location than any we could procure with less advanced magic. Plus, hopefully anything you could have forgotten will be in my mansion. Including but not limited to food. Water.
Convenient.
Yes. It's been a while since I have been forced to relocate. In any case, unless you have some questions for me, I have some business to finish. I suggest you make a plan for the upcoming week, and starting tomorrow we shall begin our lessons.
Looking forward to it.
So the first step in our plan is for everyone who can speak it to learn Draconic, right?
At least for everyone who wants to transfer the words, yeah.
What do I do
you're
then?
good. Whatever you like, you know.
I mean, I could. Okay. Well,
pick up sewing as a new hobby. Make yourself an excellent holster, you know.
I will do that actually. That sounds like a good idea to entertain myself.
Also music. Feels weird, you know.
What feels weird?
To be so close yet so far away, in a sense, you know. Close to whatever the end of this is gonna be, and whenever she comes, it's still so far away. Until I fucking learn this language. Help me.
Maybe I will write a song about this. I have a line in my head. Near, far, wherever you are. I don't know. I think it might get somewhere.
It sounds promising, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you guys want to play
Fine.
some cards until Lady Kazar finishes
Fuck
the business?
yes.
Does anyone have cards?
I have a set of dice.
We can make cards. We have time. It's fine.
Yes, let's make cards out of leather.
I'm sure we'll find some paper in this house.
I'm just waiting for one of you
Sure,
to say like,
dragon chest.
hey guys, wanna play this game where we're not adventurers and we do not go on dangerous and life-threatening situations, so we just like, you know, chill and have normal jobs.
Who wants to play Mr. Shine and his companions? I heard they have a new version. It's supposed to be really good.
I heard that there's a power
I get
level
to
in
play as
there
Mr.
is way
Shine.
too high. Alright. So yeah, let's say you entertain yourself with whatever you desire for the next remaining, 5 hours of the day. You go take care of your own food. Uh,
Good berries.
I mean, there is a pretty well stocked pantry, but if you would like to prefer good
Oh yeah.
berries,
Well, as
then
long as it's
sure.
not meat, then it's fine.
There is
Look,
also
Leo,
meat,
this is also an
but
option. You can pick up cooking as a hobby too. No, so many options for you to learn new stuff.
yeah, like you can like
Okay.
learn to cook, learn to like clean, pretend that you are gonna have a life after this is all over. Anyway, who's cooking?
I'll cook.
I'll clean.
I mean, I
Sorry,
can play the
I'm cleaning.
flute. Cooking is not that different, right?
Um, let's see. Make me, well, you don't have any cooking proficiency, so make and
Survival.
you
Is this dexterity or wisdom?
Or intelligence.
I'm
if
gonna
you know
say
recipes.
intelligence.
I cook with strength. Intelligence.
That's
okay.
me.
I mean, if you were making some meat, sure, you might have
6.
used intelligence.
Strong 6.
Alright, yeah, so,
Good food.
yeah. So the eggs are oversalted, and... Oh, the vegetables are oversalted, and the eggs are undersalted.
Oh,
It
it's
is
very nice, Leos.
very
Are you in
eatable.
love?
Huh?
Hmm?
Are you in love, Leos? Because there's so much salt in this.
I don't get that.
Oh,
Me neither.
maybe it's a Nebo thing. Every time
Yeah.
you like taste something with a lot of salt in it, they say that the cook is in love because like he didn't pay attention and put a lot of salt. Never mind.
Oh, no. I'm just really bad at cooking.
For now.
You did very well for your first
You did good,
attempt.
yeah.
Lies! Peasant! Do not
Hey.
lie to me.
I would never lie.
That's a lie.
Maybe.
Well, maybe I will get better. I have a week to practice.
Probably more.
Probably more. Yeah.
But I relish the thought that you think I will be learning this language in a week, yeah? Seems very likely.
Well, put yourself in there. You know, give it everything.
Yep.
I'm gonna give that old academy try.
Alright. So, yeah, finishing your food, you separate back into the rooms that you've kind of occupied since you were a close acquaintance with Lady Kazar. Unless Jesse wants to say something. I don't think you've said a single word for the last hour.
Is Jessie here?
I mean, yeah, I saw her typing. Maybe her stuff broke again.
The last thing she wrote was, "Be right back." Might have to make sudden AFK runs. Maybe she's on an AFK run. Maybe she took up sprinting. As a hobby.
Blink one if you need help. Alright. Well, how are we gonna call the police if you get kidnapped? We don't see you. What a good argument. Alright. So while we figure out what's going on over there, yeah, you separate into your rooms and you, I guess, prepare for the long rest, and then you take your long rest with you, Zardos, I assume, summoning the coffin out of your convenient pocket.
Yep.
And you have a long night's rest, waking up tomorrow. It is just as dark outside as it was previously, although it seems that darkness does not affect the light inside of the house in any way. Oh shit.
Oh shit is right. Oh well.
Oh no, oh no.
Alright. Well, that's a good start. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so morning of the next day. Anything you guys want to do?
Learn Draconic?
You making us breakfast, Leos?
Sure. It's gonna get better at some point.
Yeah. And it's about what time of the day yesterday did I get my nutrients?
It's about 5.
Is there a sunrise here? Can we tell time?
No. It's the same starry sky outside. I mean, Lady Kazar's house does have
Clocks?
clock alternatives. I don't think any kind of mechanical clock would be time period appropriate. I don't think they would be invented quite yet.
So just make it arcade clock.
Yeah.
Sundials and the type and the like.
Well, yeah, sundials and like water clocks and sand clocks that works. Lucas, can you get me 6 slots quick? Well, anyway. This quickly. Guessing it's done. Okay. Alright. So you have some passage of time. So yeah, are you actually making the breakfast or was it a joke?
Man's gotta eat.
So all he's been doing is boiling eggs and chopping up some vegetables. And you think
Dope.
how can you fuck up boiling an egg? But apparently you can.
Wait, did he roll?
I didn't.
So
Give
it's
him a try.
each man for himself then.
Give him a try. Yes.
Oh,
Good.
nice.
Right. Okay, figured out that.
Don't oversalt things.
Well, that, or more like let's not salt things at all and let people put their own salt in, make it their own damn fault. Also, don't let eggs boil until all the water has boiled out and your eggs are just in the pan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Also, with you having gotten your long rest and gotten your blood intake properly, your exhaustion level is properly at level 4 now, Zardos. So it is merely halved, and you have the least hit points in the whole team right now. Arvis could punch you and you would
Yeah, I
die.
feel so special.
By how much, though?
Tell me, Zardos, how does it feel?
I feel so special and easily targeted.
How would you say-
Very appropriate, yes. That is how I feel.
How would you say you feel from a scale from 1 to 200?
I think I have maybe around 114.
Okay.
Yeah, 200. You underestimate its power. Right, but you feel like your physical ability is returning to you, although you notice no significant deterioration to your ability to accurately hit things because it's always abysmal.
Yeah, seems that way.
But shortly after you finish your breakfast, you are joined by Lady Kazar, who has changed her attire from the usual, like how do you expect a wizard to look like, in like cool robes and like magical amulets and stuff, into a more
Comfortable.
how would a comfortable, no, it's not like pajamas, it's more like um like martial arts robe, like still like a robe, but like nothing getting in the way, like shorter sleeves, like shorter uh, trousers, like that kind of stuff. And then another Lady Khazar comes into the kitchen, dressed in similar colors but different types. And one of them goes, "Alright, I have restored my simulacrum. For honestly, I have better things to do for the upcoming time than teaching you all a language. That would be her job." The simulacrum seems to be extremely enthused about the upcoming time she's gonna spend very closely with some of you. I hope you had a good night's sleep. And what is that? She looks at a vegetarian spread.
Good breakfast.
What breakfast? Do you want to try? Leo's made it especially for us. Very nice.
I'm definitely not a cook.
Why?
Well, I don't think he's really had much chance to learn, really.
Boredom.
Well,
While they study, I need to entertain myself.
I do suppose that is one way to buy the time, but if you ever wish to have a properly cooked meal, you know that this house does have magical self-cooking option.
Oh,
Okay, never mind. Let me search for a new hobby then. Let me not
You
torture
do
you
not
for weeks
have
and weeks.
to abandon your new undertaking, but
No, it's okay. I don't like cooking.
I
I
just
would rather.
hope you didn't expect that I was cooking for myself.
no, that never came to my mind.
Good. Although I am an expert at grilling.
Imagining her in an apron.
Although currently we are missing a garden, so let's keep it down with the open fires. Anyway, she will handle whatever is necessary to be handled related to your lessons, and I shall try and keep my eye out on the events outside. No news reaching me about the arrival of the mother so far, which is both good and bad news. Hopefully she is delayed
Good start to the first day.
sufficiently long enough for us to get ready. And while you study, I shall resume my preparations for the ritual. If you do require me for anything, please seek the assistance of my simulacrum.
Okay.
Will do.
Gives you one last look. Turns round. This. Well, who
Well,
wants to learn
have
Draconic?
fun.
Hello.
Hi
Well, no, that's the wrong question. Who is going to be learning Draconic is the right question.
Yes.
Oh, I want to
Which is
learn
me.
too.
Oh, sorry, that was was meant to be out of character technically. And out of character, I think Melora is the
Yeah,
other
most
one who
likely.
definitely needs it.
You three are definitely needing to
I
study
mean,
it.
Leo speaks it.
I don't.
Anymore?
But the flute he does, but
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have the flute on me.
Alright. So,
Let's get started.
Trigger, are you doing that or not?
yes, I am studying Draconic. I have currently 27 and a third of a day learning learned with Pidrick at
Okay.
Crossfell.
If I remember correctly, it takes 10 work weeks, which we judge to be 70 days.
Yep. Minus
I got-
something in score.
Yeah,
think it's
I mean, like, I mean, the
week
default
per
is 70. I don't know
I
what
think
your
it
int
was
scores
minus
are.
one.
I mean, minus 1
week
week
per
for
int
per int,
Yeah.
per int
Mod.
mod. Yeah.
Mod. Yeah. So Jesse takes 40 days max, and I take 60 days.
Yeah, because she has plus
How
3.
much int do you have?
Second?
And I have a +1.
You have a +1? Okay.
I only have 6 days at the moment, so we will be spent or less 4 days. So we
So
will
you
be
are basically the
spending
bottleneck.
57 days.
At the very
57
least.
days is who I am going to be taking.
I'll know Draconic by then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you can help me.
Yeah, I'll do some draconic learning as well for now, since I don't think studying from this book is going to work too much while I still have exhaustion.
Yeah, true. Although I do want to mention that since you did pick up Ancient Nehekaran as your language with your feet, with you now being able to read the book without any issues, you can basically treat it as any other. Well, at least the spells part, you can definitely treat as any other like spell book. So you just need to spend time with it. Let me check the book for what other stuff is there.
History is redoing itself?
Repeating?
Repeating itself, thank you.
You still can't
You
read
have a bunch of heroes.
Occult spells properly because they weren't in the Hekaran. I think somebody helped you with that crap, but I think you wrote down those stuff that you were interested in.
Yeah.
So yeah, like they say Nivek Park, like Nivek's magic you can read without any issue. And what is those are there? Yeah, and that's all there was in it. So yeah, basically. So if you want to do that, I'm gonna give you an access to the lores. Which, speaking of which, I do need that anyway. Send me like in Discord or something. Your do you have a Gmail account?
Yes.
Yeah, send me your Gmail account so I can just give you access to some of my sheets in Google Docs. Yeah, but we don't bother with links or anything. Yeah. All right. So, oh, the cat wants out.
So yeah, as I was saying, history is repeating itself. A bunch of heroes, with one of them more affiliated with the undead, take on a dragon. Later on,
Yeah,
shit
Leos.
happens.
What?
I mean, that's one way to look at it. The other is we don't have an army of dragons fighting on our side, so...
True.
Well, I guess we have maybe a couple of dragons fighting on our side. So you could consider that an army, I guess. An army of one, maybe.
Oh, maybe Kazar made some more. That'd be helpful.
Well,
But yeah, you're definitely right. Seems to be repeating itself. Maybe if we don't fuck up 300 yards down the line, some other people are gonna have to repeat this shit too. You know?
that's the goal.
Is it though?
Oh, just kick the stone down the road, let the next person handle it. It's fine.
It's not the worst strategy yet, huh? So how do we start learning Draconic? Like, what's the...
Usually, well, when I studied with Pidric, you usually start with the alphabet and a few keywords for your vocabulary, and then you start with the very, very short sentences.
Yeah, that all makes sense so far.
Sentences
Draconic-
like the boy kicked the ball, the dragon ball cooked, the
Draconic-
dragonborn cooked. Sorry.
The Draconic alphabet starts with.
Oh, so Hebrew.
Alright.
I wanted to make the same dumb joke with Russian. But it doesn't really have many of those sounds.
We have two ch. That's good enough. I
Swiss
think.
German has that too.
Two ch? Wow.
And if you remove the sound, you usually end up with the German word of it.
It's not true. Okay,
Okay,
it's
maybe a
not.
little.
Sometimes.
No, but we're learning chromatic draconic, not metallic draconic, not chromatic draconic.
Oh yeah, the dialect is pretty different, I hear, yeah.
Want it. Oh boy.
Currently, the simulacrum of Lady Kazar is having technical issues with her computer.
The snow in her brain is malfunctioning right now. So I
Gonna
guess
take-
Lady Kazar's probably is not made out of snow like the usual ones would be. Fire.
Like, other than draconic, what will we do?
Yeah, more draconic, little snack breaks, and
Yeah, you need your nourishment.
and I don't know. Go to
Handle
Kazar's little.
Handle Arlus's frustrations after the third day of 8 hours of trying to learn a language, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, down to the training room and blow some stuff up for a while, or hit some stuff, whatever.
Mm.
Sure that'll help with the frustration.
And then we could do some yoga and some meditation to really center ourselves
Right.
in this new place we've arrived in.
Okay, Jay, you should have access on your Google Drive to both Lore of Shadows and Lore of Death sheets, each of which has 6 pages with 6 spells, 2 of which you have already learned. But now you can just read through them and figure out if you want to write them down or not. Alright, so you might be doing that. Those 3 people are studying. It's Arles, Laura, Grego. Milora is 40 days. And Grego, how many days do you have left?
I have 27 days and a third learned already. And my int score is it's 0, it's plus 0. So,
So
I need
43.
70, but minus 27 is...
Alright. Okay, so you and Melora are gonna be done almost at the same time. Despite you having already spent a couple months learning Draconic with Pidgeric. Or trying to.
A month, but yeah.
You're like, so... Pidgeric,
You know that.
who knew Common,
That's the worst part. He
was
tried to
teaching me
teach you
Draconic
fucking-
while pretending that he
fucking
didn't know Common.
Fucking asshole for sure.
Yeah, totally.
For fucking 3 months is how long. you did
Somewhere
this to
far
me.
away in the world of dragons, Pidgeric is going, ah, my good friends must be remembering me with good words. I
Yes,
listen too. Alright, so
I'm pretty sure like sometimes when Trego had difficulties, he's like, oh, I'm just gonna say the word in common.
yeah, most likely. Alright, so you three are doing the boring stuff. Leos, what are you doing?
I want to try to make some sort of holster for my bow.
Okay, make me a sleight of hand check.
I once was proficient in that.
Do bows need a holster?
Mine does because it doesn't have a string, so I cannot just simply pull it over
right.
my
Right.
body. And
Yes.
it's inconvenient to hold a bow all the time in your hand.
Yeah, 15 is good enough. You procure a decent piece of leather and a bit of cloth and spend a day working on it. You don't even fuck up all that much. It just doesn't look all that, clean. Basically, your stitching is kind of rudimentary, but whatever. It's function.
Yeah, that's all I need at the moment.
Right.
That was just one day?
Yeah. I mean, it's just equivalent.
I'll have to think about how I will spend the rest of the week.
Yeah, you think about that. Or more like how you're gonna spend the next 2 months, basically. Which you should have really thought about a lot earlier, like 2 weeks ago, earlier at the earliest, even more. Anyway, while you think about that, I'm gonna go to Zardas. What are you gonna be doing? Because you're the other guy who's gonna have a little downtime.
Yeah, it's only gonna take me so long to copy spells, so
If you even want to. Not all of them are
yeah, I'll
good.
learn some Draconic. Yeah, still it's a couple that I might be interested in, but yeah, just learn some Draconic while I'm not doing that.
How long would it take you to learn Draconic?
I think I'm up there with Laura. I just haven't started yet.
What's your intelligence score? Yeah, I mean.
Plus 3.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, 40 days. So you're starting with everybody, like basically day 2 or something?
40?
Yeah.
I think we miscalculated for Melora.
Why?
Shouldn't it be minus 21 because we're doing a work week of 7 days?
Yes, 70 minus intelligence score of 3.
Yeah, so minus
40?
21.
Oh,
Minus
right.
21, 49.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter too much. It doesn't change anything because Arles will be the one we're waiting for anyway. But
No, it
it's,
does changes because
49.
that changes the kind of downtime she would have available to her in case you guys wanted to do some other stuff. Which also means I have miscalculated Traeger as well, I think. Oh, no, I think I did not miscalculate Traeger 43. Yes, and Zardos is also like 49 days. Alright. In that case, let's just say that after your breakfast, you are moved to basically the library by the simulacrum of Lady Khazar, where she picks out a couple simple books in Draconic and begins her lesson. using various illusionary magic as the whiteboard, so to speak, and starts teaching you in various manners of teaching languages that I myself am not aware of. I have no idea how I learned English or how I would teach somebody English. I just know it. I don't even remember the rules. I just know it. But she's better than I am because she's smart. I'm not. And you guys are gonna be doing that. However, before we move on into the super boring and downtime and giving Lucas a bit more time to consider what he's gonna be doing, it is day number 2, and it is advisable for you brothers to,
Yeah, stop and take a
Take a shake?
little snack break.
Yeah.
Yes.
snack break.
I get a solo prominence.
Yeah. Go ahead and see who.
Tracker, you don't get a
Yes.
solo prominence.
No. Oh, mother trucker. I'm stuck. I'm stuck like this for now 70 days.
Yep.
If someone
Can you-
needs to
Ah,
cast
can't you like
sunlight or
conjure
something.
a sun?
Again?
Can't Kazarli conjure a sun?
She can for about 6 seconds.
Does that count as noon?
No.
Well, if you place the spear in it, maybe.
Oh man, I'm missing 2.
Tracker uses
Oh well.
the Summon McCree ability. It goes, it's high noon, and you get a prominence.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the nutrients. Yeah, I'll try and stab myself delicately. Delicately.
Go ahead and boil the daggers as told, and
Yes, medicine wise. Can
Prepare
I have
for-
Melora help me out?
I'm not sure she would agree,
Man, I don't want to stab myself to death. Can you help me?
Alright, yeah, sure. Roll the advantage. I mean, if you think she would help you.
Okay, good.
Alright. So you, Arlis, watch as Traeger does a tremendously accurate job at taking his own blood. As you look at the still red line that he has left to use, that obviously hasn't healed in just a single day.
Let's see how it is.
had to get some practice in first.
I had to practice a little bit. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure it must be much harder on yourself. Yeah.
No, I actually had a helping hand. And,
I mean, to be fair, it also
That's
helped
fine.
that Lady Kazar's house actually had a medical kit that you could use to
Yeah.
get a needle, not a knife. From. So Milora's help was like, honey, are you sure you want to do that with a spear? Maybe you could ask Lady Kazar if she has a syringe.
That's a good
That's
idea.
what we got the silver dagger for.
It's like you see Trego put out his hand in a guillotine or something.
Look, last time Aliana was doing bloodletting, syringes weren't invented yet.
True.
And she was using bronze daggers or something. To be fair, the syringe she's gonna be using is also gonna be fucking scary and sick, but still better than a knife.
Also,
so
Arlis, skulking. Skulking, is that the word?
sulking?
Being sad about
Sulking.
sulking.
Sulking. Yeah.
Also, Arlis,
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
he might be
Be
sulking
negative.
while he's skulking around you. Stalking you.
Don't know what you mean.
yeah, you missed the pun, Dan.
Huh?
I said, yeah, Arlis, go ahead. Be negative.
Okay, sure. That's not a very fun pun.
I think it was pretty good.
You stole it from Bloodseeker.
Yeah, yes.
Where was I?
Describing how my blood tastes.
I mean, we're still not done with describing how your blood drops, which it does.
True.
And strangely, for some of you, it doesn't shine as it drops. It is red in color, not golden. There are no strange like things inside of it. There's no sounds of trumpets or angelic horrors as blood is spilled. It's just blood. But you feel a vessel of it. Unplug trigger, tape it over, or use one point of healing hands to just seal up the entrance. Because like with the needle you would have taken only like one hit point, even not one really. It's a needle. If a commoner was taking 1 hit point damage every time they were taking a needle, there would be no drug dealers. Like, all right, we need to give you some vaccines. Just like 4 shots, dead.
Yeah, vaccines cause death. Yeah, that's why they do.
Oh god. What tell?
All right, and there you got a chalice full of dragon's blood. That was.
All right. Before I drink this, if I have trouble controlling myself afterwards, I don't just restrain me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. This is new.
I point my bow at him.
I said restrain.
I just look suspicious at him, like, what's going on here?
And I'll take it. It's a little oaky, and yeah, go ahead and drink.
I will subtly cast telekinesis while he's doing that.
Sure, go for it. You actually like that. You like actually have like the body control to think about that as you like smell it. It does smell different, and as you sip it, it is very different. Like Aris's blood was sweet, almost too sweet, very light. This one is also pretty light, but drier, with this woody, like more like
Earthy, yeah.
well, you compare it not to a wine, but more like to like malt beer, a hoppy brew. Strong body, like taste, hint of like caramel aftertaste. Still pleasant,
Ooh, nice.
but definitely much like stronger taste. Like if it was ours, it'd go for like something like some cheese or like biscuits. Here you would want, like on the other hand, like something maybe like sweeter or proper like meal to add to the taste.
Nice little
Yeah,
dinner pairing.
It would be it would be very good with like a nice steak or something if only you had the right to eat steak.
Yes.
But you down.
I mean, I can. They can.
Yeah, you down your second chalice and do make me another wisdom save.
Yeah, that's not as sweet as Arliss. But
I'm pretty sure you're still. Oh. And you all watch him just go like.
Returns the goblet?
No, like asking for seconds.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Oh,
Sir, could I have some more, please?
I think you just need one.
I think you're good.
Also, I guess a +6 probably on that, no?
Oh yeah,
That's still a 9.
True.
that's why he's
Yeah.
only asking for seconds.
Yeah, not as sweet as Arliss. But
Thank you.
yes,
Arliss
you're
is
so
sweet?
Yes, you're so sweet, Arliss. It's
Thought he would
amazing.
be bitter.
Bitter and
Excuse me?
sweet and snarky. I don't know.
Sadly,
I do
Have you
taste-
at the end of the
sadly
4
his
days judged who's the
personality
best?
does not have any kind of effect on his blood.
Apparently.
No, only his physique and health.
Yeah, very, very strong and bold. Yeah.
He is too
Ni-
young.
nicely
to
done,
control
Strigo.
his blood.
Nicely done. I think the aging may have helped a little more.
You call me old?
No, I said aging, not older than him.
Yeah, like 3 times as old almost, yeah?
I don't know. How old are you?
19?
Not 3 times.
No, track, you don't look a decade over 50.
4 times.
That's a compliment. Thank you.
Okay, I'm done.
Alright, so yeah. In that case, I guess you guys take your first day of learning Draconic, starting with like vowels and consonants, and Simulacrum explaining to you that like let these go. Dragonborn don't have leaps, so just don't use them at all. It's like all in there. And I guess this might have been enough of a distraction. Liz, what's up? What you doing?
Is there any room where I could just practice shooting my bow? Or we
I
could.
think she had training dummy somewhere that I used.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it was outside.
Outside.
Or it was in the basement. Because like as you go for the
I think it was
basement,
in the basement.
with the teleportation circle, like you like open the basement door. Right.
Yeah, don't go out.
Yeah. Like everything that was below first floor, including the teleportation circle, did not come along with you because it's different parts. Like if the whole house was one part, you would not have been able to teleport under it.
You could probably use the living room and shoot at some cushions. Just don't aim at anyone.
Well, you can heal yourself, right, Trevor?
I was gonna say, or aim at Trago. You know, he doesn't hurt himself when he cuts himself. He can hurt other people, so...
Yeah, just hold the shield up.
I mean, you can also shoot Zardas because it's gonna take you like what 200 arrows to kill him.
Normally, none of them now.
Not at the moment.
You can be
Wait another
part
day.
of the lessons, and if somebody is not listening, you shoot them with a bow.
Well, if target practicing is not an option, I wanna take the flute out and practice playing again, and I wanna see. I always had the feeling that the flute can do things that I'm not aware of yet.
Yeah.
And I want to just check if I can explore some of those options.
Yeah, go for
If I
it.
notice anything peculiar happening.
Yeah, roll me
Yeah,
performance
try
check.
summoning it again.
Performance check. Does the normal advantage apply due to
Yeah.
double proficiency? Cool. 26.
Alright. Yeah, as you play the flute and dig deeper into its abilities, you notice that, yes, the flute has changed. And you might have missed it due to you being kind of drunk, or more like... The last time you played it was in the World of Dragons, and you really weren't in much of a state to do anything after the 5th encore. But you notice that alright, so I have somewhat rewritten how battle inspiration works. The difference is not big, but it should make it actually usable. And in Battle Momentum, there are supposed to be like 6 more abilities, but I was making Zardos, so I didn't write them down yet. So...
Okay.
But there will be 6 more of them.
You feel there's potential. You'll just have to wait
Yes.
and study
But
it for 70 days.
There's definitely a new option that
Yes.
I haven't seen.
That's the
before,
one I
so I'll
have
check.
had already like formatted and everything that I put in. And I'll put the rest of them hopefully tomorrow,
Awesome.
because you don't have a game tomorrow. I'll try to do that.
Mhm.
But yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I have a question for Simulacrum, Kazar.
Hmm?
What
Shoot me.
happens when you cast a spell when you don't have the energy to do so?
Are you interested in the metaphysical concept of doing that, or the physical effects?
Both. They sound interesting.
Um,
She'll give you a formatted PDF after the session.
yeah. I'm not gonna go into the metaphysics of this because that's a bit too long. But basically, if you are trying to cast magic without having the spell slots inside of you, is like processed magic that your body has either produced or absorbed, and processed and prepared for easy and harmless transfer through your body. Attempting to cast magic without that means that you try to absorb the raw magic from basically the world around you, which is a lot more volatile than the process magic, resulting in potential complications, such as one second. Such as the lowered effectiveness of the magic, the failure of the magic attempted to be used, the whole reversal of the spell's effects, fail of the magic and its spontaneous discharge in a different, bizarre manner, such as instead of, I don't know, trying to breathe fire, you start breathing butterflies or something. Misplacement of the spell's targeting. Misplacement of the targeted creature. The magic can tear through your body, damaging it from the inside. Delayed activation. Really big
There are no
arcane explosion that can blow you up and they'll be around you. Or irreversible and extremely long-term unpleasant mutations to your body.
Okay. So don't do it.
Well, do it in moderation.
Yeah, it's not something you can practice and get better at, right? It's not like a muscle.
Some people can get better at it. You lack the training for it so hard. You'd need to multi-class and get another 10 levels before you.
Sure. We got 70 days.
Uh-huh. All you need to do is fight Khazar every day and win.
If Trego would multiclass, it would probably be into Bard.
Oh, a bard's like training for that complete.
Hmm. Okay, thanks for the answer.
What kind of training would that be, by the way?
It is generally known as earthing, similar to earthing from electricity, where basically you try to develop the ley lines inside your body to be both more sturdy, conduct properly, and to gain control of such magic, whereupon you are more likely to discharge it outside of your body into an inanimate object rather than through your body. There is a practice among witches primarily, where some of the magics they use themselves as a conduit, and they force the brunt of the magic onto preferably an object. So, like, for example, curing a fever by like taking the heat into your own body and then into a pan of cold water, like heating up the water, or like giving away the pain into like a wooden block or something, which usually destroys it. The darker magic and the lure of the dark magic is because if you use a living creature as a conductor without concern for its well-being, you can either do bigger magic or you don't need as much energy to do it. You basically use them instead of a spell slot, which is kind of why you all hear about, oh yeah, like an evil cultist ritual that requires a sacrifice of a unicorn or something, because you are not.
Or you mean like when a group of people comes together to feed blood to a certain individual?
Yeah, I guess. yeah, in a way. Like the whole creation of the blood chalice would be considered dark magic because Kara basically used the people of Neverwinter to gather and condense a lot more magic that is human. Like a wizard can potentially use his own magic to condense it into an artifact, like the transmutation wizards create their philosopher's stone or whatever is it like that by gathering and condensing magic, and it has pretty cool properties, but it takes a lot of time. And that is also why certain, especially magical beings, especially like of good alignment or like celestial origins, are considered so useful for sacrifice because they have a lot of that magic. And for the purpose of dark magic, it is considered the best catalyst. So potentially, if you don't mind carrying like guinea pigs around, you might use magic in like a magical field or without spell slots easier. A little bit. I mean, a guinea pig is not worth much, but that could work.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just cast them usually. I don't even think about how I do it.
Well, a tree doesn't think about Drinking water. Just happens. That's also why you are not that good at it.
I guess.
Does it answer your question? I'm not sure I remember what the question was.
No, it does. Yeah. Out of character, basically, maybe trying. Like, I didn't know how the mechanic worked. Maybe if we have 70 days, like, train to get an extra first level spell slot. But it doesn't exist. So, yeah.
I mean, you can gain extra spell slots, as has been not exampled, but Milor being an example, but she gained her extra spell slot by being basically blessed by an extremely powerful arcane creature. So if you can find an extremely powerful arcane creature and have it bless you, and yeah, it might work.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you found her, now persuade her to bless you.
Should be easy.
Yeah.
So,
Any other questions?
any other downtime activities ideas?
Did you figure out what you wanted to do?
I don't know exactly how much time experimenting with the flute took.
Honestly, like this would take you just half a day, maybe.
Okay. What exactly are my options? Learning language skills, tool
1
proficiencies.
Let's see. By default, your options are language or tool is pretty easy, assuming you find a teacher. So, like, you don't think Lady Kazar knows cooking utensils, but she might know some other stuff, like her or Amawain. Also, let me open another book. So I remember seeing it in a different place. Where it is? Think. Let's see. It is possible to gain proficiency in a skill, gain a feat, or gain inspiration daily at dawn for a certain number of days, depending on a teacher you find. Or more like,
So,
depending on the level of the creature you find, and depending on who they are, is the kind of like skills or feats they might teach you.
So in any case, I would need to have a teacher.
Yes, definitely. On your own is basically gonna take you too much time. It's like, I traveled into the forest and spent 10 years under a waterfall. It felt like 10 days. I'm not sure. I was drunk on good berries.
I don't know, honestly, if I would
So
spend my
depend
time on
on-
anything, then I would prefer to like practice shooting with the bow, because it feels quite new to Leos.
Well, I mean, shooting with a bow really won't give you any mechanical advantage if we're talking that
No,
out of character.
no, that is purely just for role playing purposes. I don't see any.
Like, you might try and like pick up, I don't know, you might manage to like persuade the Amawain to like teach you Arcana if you don't have Arcana, for example.
I already do.
Oh, you do? What else she
Yeah.
knows?
Sleight of hand.
Let's see. Arcana, acrobatics, investigation, stealth. The rest you have already.
Yeah. Stealth, I already have.
How long would it take to get a
Investigation.
proficiency?
Generally, at least the same, like 70 days minus.
Then I would probably train acrobatics. Might become helpful if someone tries to grapple me.
Train.
Cats and their opinions.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no... I can't find like any specific rules, so yeah, it's 90 days.
Yeah, then acrobatics training with Emervane.
Right. What's your intelligence stuff?
My intelligence, it's 0.
Okay. Alright. So you start doing this stuff. Alright. So that was day number 2. I would like... No, well, that was technically day number 1. Day number 2... oh, yes. Again, you finish the day, you get an explanation from Lady Kazar on how to activate invisible servants to activate the magical kitchen to cook you anything you want from the pantry. And you spend another night, and after another night's rest, Zardos, your exhaustion level drops down to 3. So your hit points are the biggest again. You're the bigger. And on day 2 of your studies, I assume you guys just kind of continue your crap. Doesn't matter. I would like to know what you are doing about Zardos.
Yeah, who's giving blood this time?
Blood and darkness.
Brilliant.
Well, it's either Leos or Melora.
Yes.
Yeah. Drink the blood of a servant of a goddess who hates the undead.
Yes, let's do it.
That sounds like a very hard thing
Let's
to
just
do.
fucking test
Yeah.
it. Let's go.
Should be fine.
Look, worst thing
It
that's
tastes
gonna
like
happen is
crow.
yeah, the worst thing that's gonna happen is he's gonna spontaneously combust.
You know, could be worse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want to, sure.
Yeah, let's go for it.
I don't think the Raven Queen can be madder with me than she already might be for letting you do whatever you did.
Well, she
so-
said as long as I don't turn evil, it's fine. Right?
Did she? I don't
I
know.
believe that was the warning you gave me.
Yeah, that was my opinion, not hers. Ah, fuck it. Here, drink it. It will probably taste of edgy bitterness.
Yeah, Trego, you want to take out those tools from yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, massacre me.
Is a 16 good?
I mean, it's good enough to cut him open.
Yeah.
Good enough to not harm him, though. Basically, you miss the blood vessel on the first try, and there's like some bruising as you create like an underskin bruise, like bleeding.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and it's quite painful, like it's gonna be sore.
I think
but
I just get nervous when I do it to other people.
like you start. Linus has been joking about like, yeah, my blood is gonna like taste bitter and so on, but his blood flows unnaturally easy. And it
Oh,
is
no.
almost... It is of color that is becoming hard to call it red. Though not quite pink, but somewhere... just red, but it feels like... if it was possible, the blood was half transparent?
Diluted.
Not quite. That's the thing.
You
And
need to eat more
as
iron.
you sip it, there's almost no smell. And thus, the taste of it catches you by surprise. Or it burns down your throat and feels like fire in your stomach for a moment. For the lack of better words, it felt like drinking spicy, briny water.
Yes, it's
Hey, you
spicy.
didn't explode, so that's, I guess, okay.
Well, that one had a bit of a kick to it, but yeah,
You
a
didn't seem
little,
to like it
little
as
spicy.
much.
Not the best taste. I mean, it kind of caught me off guard a little bit. But,
Do we see any signs of Zardos losing it?
Oh yes, please do make me a wisdom saving throw.
That's a 16?
No disadvantage. No. 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 You don't really want more. No, you're good.
yeah, I think I'm okay this time. It's getting better. Again, thank you. It's a little odd, but thanks.
Sure, whatever I can do to feed the evil in you.
Wait, no, we want the good in him.
I'm kidding. He'll be alright.
Spicy.
Spicy blood.
Yeah,
What
I
the hell are you
wouldn't-
eating?
yeah, true. You are what you eat. You've been eating a lot of spicy food recently,
I'm as spicy as they say.
which means Arliss is eating way too much sweets. Then I don't know.
They're very healthy for me.
I mean, I know you're young and like lots of sweets in your diet. That's
It's very nice, yes. Leave it be.
All right. Yeah.
So thus you finish your second day of studying, and you, Leos, begin studying acrobatics with Amorin on your second day. So you're 1 day behind because of your flute endeavors and stitching and everything. And this was your third drink. So you take another long rest and you lose another level of exhaustion, finally removing those disadvantages on saving throws. So now you are just very slow, levels of exhaustion. And day number 3, drink number 4.
Yeah, probably Milara's gonna do it herself, and I'm gonna help.
Sure, Milora would agree.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure if Milora would be here, she would be the first one to help each and every one do it. But since she's not here, and there's nothing to fight and stab,
Milora
I
comes.
mean, plenty to stab.
He can tell us that she would. That. So, there we go. Yeah, so by the time you're like, hey honey, do you need help? She already has the needle in her own vein. First try, no problem, no issues. As you think about this, the time you gave yourself a proper bloodletting, she was the one who pointed out the vein, so maybe it wasn't you, it was her. And she spills the blood into the chalice and passes it over gingerly to Zardos for don't go away, for a taste test.
And I will do so.
Yeah, as you like take a whiff of it, you definitely feel this herbal, spicy smell, which is on one hand pretty pleasant, on the other hand warns you that this might be kind of strong stuff. And then you go take a little sip and
it's just like lemon juice.
One sec.
I wonder if he's really looking up like blood conditions.
That's what
Right, and
wine tastings.
it is comparable in strength to what you felt from Leos. And you get a feeling that this might be the touch of divine that I'm tasting. But hers is much more pleasant, smoother. While Leos's was just that bad water, hers is almost like gin, with like this taste of berries and herbs, and a little bit of like pop, fizzle, like it's not quite carbonated, but still that popping sensation in your mouth as it goes down. Definitely not the kind of blood you'll drink on like a daily basis. Like for that, Arlis or Traeger are the best. But occasionally,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
a touch of
Take a
Melora
special
is
occasion.
something you might want, like with a good book. front of your army of
I think
slaves.
Merlot is a real wine.
Say again?
Yes, it is. Merlot.
Merlot is a real wine.
Hello?
It's a type of wine, wait.
Yes.
Merlot, yeah.
Merlot, Merlot, depending on how people pronounce it.
Sure. Yeah. But you've got that. You finish your another day of studies as Simulacrum is still struggling to explain to you the don't use your lips part, and the lessons can't quite last as long as you would have preferred. There's a lot of honey tea involved to cure that sore throat after trying to speak Draconic. But you do finish your third day of studies and your fourth drink, and you go to sleep. And after spending the first night, you others feel a lot better, as you no longer feel the heaviness in your legs. Your speed has returned to normal. You have only one level of disadvantage left, and you feel pretty good, pretty strong. Still a bit dizzy, but doing well. And for the purpose of this, I would like indeed to know what are you doing about the fourth day of studies and the fifth dream.
Just start over from the beginning. Some more of Arles's blood.
That's one way to go about it.
If that's what you prefer.
Yeah, unless
Or we can ask Khazar.
yeah, Kazar Amavane, if they would like to.
Or
chip
is
in.
Ralph around?
Oh yeah, let's get
Ralph
some
does
of
not
that.
have blood.
Oh, really? Have you looked inside him?
I hope.
Strangely
He
enough,
runs on the
no
misery
Ralph.
of others. He doesn't run on blood.
No, Ralph.
You doubt that he failed to escape the world of dragons, for he has gotten into it. But perhaps this Lady Khazar's hiding place proved to be a bit of a delay to his ever-present abilities.
Hasn't
Maybe if
quite
I
found
sh-
it yet.
Maybe if I shit talk him some, he appears. That's usually how it works.
He rolls with advantage.
Yeah. You wake up in the morning, you have only one leg, and as you're like dripping blood all over Zardas, who's just like, you're like, yep, Ralph was here. So yeah, what do you think about your fifth dream?
Yeah, I don't think Kazar is going to help out with this. I don't know Amavane.
If you go ask her, please let me watch.
I'm a little scared too.
That's why we want to watch.
Yeah, because Kazar is busy. I don't think her simulacrum has blood. So I don't want to interrupt Kazar in her work.
Pussy.
What about what's her name, Amavane? Is she interested in donating? Whoever's training Leos in acrobatics.
I'm a vein.
Yeah.
The red-haired elf.
Really?
Who's preceding her? Who's talking to her? More like.
The only non-charisma character here.
Oh, right. Well,
Yeah.
technically Melora, but she's not here.
Sure, why not?
Alright,
Give it a shot,
well,
see if
go
she's-
ahead, try and persuade him. I'm gonna give you a chance to say something, to dig your own grave, or to not dig it.
Yeah, pretty much just, excuse me, I'm sure you've seen our daily activities. I was hoping perhaps I could get a donation from you to help increase our odds in the coming endeavor. It's a little odd, but I would appreciate any help you could add. I have no idea what to say. I really have no idea what to say in a situation like this. It's very
Make
weird.
me a persuasion check. At disadvantage because you're still tired.
Oh yeah.
It's not a bad roll.
He looks at you for a couple seconds. No.
I thought so. Just at least figured I'd ask. Alright, so that worked out very well. It's
I would say they
I don't
worked
get to
out
stab
very
anything?
well. She's been going through some anger management programs.
I don't get to stab Amavane? Damn it. After all those fireballs.
I had like a cardboard container for like 4 apples lying on my windowsill. My cat lied down on the windowsill and put like his paw into one of the containers, so it's like got propped up, and he's like this.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, it's up to you, Zardas, whoever you want from us.
Well, let's just start over from the beginning, yeah?
sure.
Prego, you wanna redeem yourself?
Yeah, sure. Melora, help me out, please.
Sure. She might.
Okay.
Oh. Who are you cutting?
Arliss, redeeming myself.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I guess after 4 people, he should have learned his lesson. Well, 3 technically. So he does a quick jab with the needle, drains your blood. Should have made others do this. Do make me a Constitution saving throw because you've donated blood twice in 1 week. This might actually be a bit of an issue. I mean, I think it's gonna be an issue in long term, but you're. Oh no, you're
29.
fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. For now. But yeah, you do finish your 4th day of studies, your 5th drink. You take another long rest, and this is where we're gonna take a break.
See you in a bit.
And we're back. Alright. So, we had our a few first days of studying as Zardos was drinking blood and shaking off the terrible condition that he has been inflicted upon by the bite of his beloved, or, well, at the very least, by the bite of Eliana. I don't know about the other part. But on the morning of the 5th day, you wake up feeling just as strong and agile as you have been a week prior, but with your senses sharpened. Not so much your understanding of the world around you per se, but your understanding of your own body. Feel like you can feel the blood sloshing within you, and to an extent control it. And through that blood to become more powerful. One thing Eliana definitely did not do, that she didn't lie. The potential you feel in front of you is, while not quite limitless, it's definitely more than you were expecting. And with all the blood, some memories resurface within you. The connection between your blood and the ancient lores of Nevekhara, the lore of vampire lords before you. And that will hopefully come after you. Which means that you also do gain access to the lore of vampires. But I will not give you access to it quite right now, because you will have 2 ways of accessing it, and I don't want you to get confused before I finish the second method. You also feeling your body completely. Feel that you are now capable of minor shape changing. Or you can now, as you assume your father could, turn in a bat or in a cloud of mist.
Nice.
And that having chosen the Karnstein bloodline, you now have bond and control over creatures of the night, being able to summon bats, rats, or wolves, depending on where you are and what time of night it is. Time of night, yes, it is. I do, however, require you to roll me 1d13 twice.
D13.
Yes.
Okay. That's how do you do the
R/R
Just slash
forward
R.
slash?
space 1d13, yeah. Alright, and one more. Button up, repeats the last roll. Oh, nice. You didn't even repeat them. So 1 and 11.
You repeated them twice.
Good catch, Hal.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Interesting. Alright. So, being of the Constantine bloodline, you pleasantly find yourself retaining both your shadow and your reflection. The older noble bloodline preventing your detection through such mundane and known means. You do obtain the sunlight's hypersensitivity that you currently don't get a chance to experience, but you will.
That's awful.
And you just rolled for a couple more issues you will be having that I will send you personally. You will need to pay attention to them on your own. I don't want them to be quite that free accessible, and I will forget about that for sure. And also you do now require to imbibe blood with at certain intervals, which I will send to you a bit later as well. And I shall also send you a bit later the descriptions on the behavior and nature of vampires. That is vague enough to leave you a lot of stuff to come up with, but at least describes the similarities. So you'll, even if I take my time fixing the mechanics, you'll at least be able to read on this stuff and decide what you would like to do with this. But in any case, you awaken a full-fledged vampire. Congratulations!
Yay!
We did it, boys. We fucked up Aldana for the next generation.
Generation.
Well, the next band of heroes got to do something, right? We're just
Okay, we're just creating some work. You know, just thinking of
exactly.
future
We're
heroes.
creating jobs.
Yeah, true.
Lucas, you might figure this out. Like, I have an email. Google security alert. Vampire Powers was granted access to a Google account. Vampire Powers obviously being the name of the file, but sounds fun.
Mhm.
Oh no. I'm one of them now. Well, I mean, go ahead. Do something. And if you want to, you don't
Do
have to tell
we
it.
notice any obvious changes?
No, not really, no.
No physical changes?
No further physical changes.
I'll take it. Yep, definitely feeling a lot better today. That's good.
You sure have a more pep in your step.
Well, that's one way to phrase it.
Yeah, well, again, thanks for all the assistance, and
Does that mean you won't need any more?
maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Might need some down the line too, but I'm not 100% yet.
Well, as long as you keep Aldana safe.
Well, that's the plan. That's why we're here, to learn Draconic and share spells, fight dragons.
Yep. Learn Draconic. What a joy it is.
Oh, you're doing so well, Arliss.
They're not that hard, artists. I think I got the accent a bit right. Ha!
Almost.
Yes. Perfect.
I was just like, first lesson in Draconic. Take this finger and stick it up.
Oi.
Yeah, like we need that screaming cowboy meme here. How to speak Draconic.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Alright. Well, in that case, with Zardos's condition handled, and everything else busily studying, unless you, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen today, sadly, desire to interrupt your current train of events with any conversation or questions or change activities, I think I shall progress time at an accelerated manner until we hit
Yes.
anything of interest.
Yes.
You ready?
I'll just say I'm resummoning the coffin every 15 days.
Alright, so a week passes since you have been here. Oh dear. Oh, whatever, I'll do the math later. Let me just mark here. Enter the Mention. Yes, until you are found during lunch by Lady Khazar Prime, who waits for you to finish chewing what is in your mouth, put down your drinks, start paying attention, or she speaks. Alright, I didn't want to interrupt you sooner, until we had all the proper information. At least you were to do something reckless, but the Mother of Dragons has arrived.
back.
And she's been here for a while. Well, there. I didn't tell you.
How much
What's
is
a
a while?
while?
She arrived the next day after we hit here.
Wait, the next day after we
Yes.
came here?
Yes, on the
Yes.
11th. So in a way, we were just in time to hide.
What's the status of the other places?
Nothing too bad going on yet. I think my prediction has proven to be correct. She has declared to have 3 goals. The vengeance upon your patron that has been fulfilled. The Great Oak is no more.
Can I try and cast a spell, see if I still have it in me?
Sure, go for it.
I try and cast, I don't know, Bless.
Do you expect it to work?
Yeah,
And it works.
awesome.
It is quite convenient that you are not
Powers inside you.
a generic servant of a god. Yes. She has announced her vengeance against the world of dragons, or she has failed to locate the dragons themselves, being unaware of their disappearance. Though I assume it would take her a rather long time to succeed in finding her way there, if she even does. She seems currently engaged in finding those who have the memories of dragons and learning why and where they have gone. As you have learned, the line of questioning that is rather harmful to all the Elder Elves.
So she's currently in the Lunar Woodlands, mostly.
Not only there. The other bad part of news is that there have been a bit more abroad arriving than I have hoped for. Not counting the mother,
Oh god.
there are 30 dragons. There are 2 of her
13?
30.
Or 13.
30.
3-0.
Yes.
Okay.
There are 2 of her eldest children that follow her elsewhere and serve as her bodyguards. They seem to be adult of age and body, and
Oh.
would prove to be a challenge far more difficult than the green dragons you have fought before. Though still, I believe the one I had you fight, my lava drake, would be a little bit strong. There are 4 other children who are still adult. 6 adult dragons in total. 8 more that are young. And the remaining 16 are but mere wormlings, less than 100 years of age. The mother has taken Leia in the Blind Forest, where she presides with her eldest children. She has declared herself the queen of these lands, and Aldana has capitulated, as per our agreement. The city of Tor has closed their gates and remains unassaulted, though the human city in front of it is also under the control of dragons. Never has undertaken an attempt of resistance, but after flyby by the mother, has surrendered as well. The woodlands are in the most dire situations. The small folk has partially escaped back into Aldana, whichever had family or friends, though they are still under the control and ruling of the mother. The rest have stayed who could not escape, the parts of the forest occupied by her children. Evereska is taken, with no sisters, no rulers. The elves have failed to choose a single course of action. From what I understand, some have escaped Feywild, some are attempting guerrilla warfare, with unknown results. From what I understand, there is a garrison of at least a single adult dragon in each of the major cities, with some younger ones assisting to control territories and the youngest one patrolling bigger villages and flying as messengers. The good news is that 30 heads are not. Aldana is a large country and their forces are spread very thinly. Crossing itself has mere 6 dragons, 2 adult and 4 young ones, with a similar what do you call it? Force and Nebo. But now we have no course of action other than continue our current path and prepare the only weapon that is capable of defeating. Sadly, I have yet no report support upon the mother herself.
Anything else?
Isn't that enough?
But wait, there's more.
30 dragons, not counting the 2 that have been killed previously.
Yeah. It's already 2 down, guys. 30 left.
Well, we'll need to probably plan in some freeing in there, because I don't think it's gonna go over well if we don't have other forces to take up some attention.
A lot will depend on the change in power dynamics by the time we are ready. Whether the mother will leave a forest, and how much attention the woodlands will be taken away, as well as whether any other cities or villages attempt something that could send
Get them
waves.
killed.
So far there has been no excursion outside of Aldana. I presume the mother is consolidating her power and learning of what has transpired. She has made one more declaration. Your group, well, most of your group is wanted.
I wonder why.
For murder.
Of her children.
Yeah, I guessed as
Which-
much.
Should really put on that armor, honestly. But yeah.
Any bounty?
Yes,
Never been an outlaw before.
the lives of all
Enjoy that.
who cooperate. I expect that in the next week the dragons will begin to collect their hordes. And that could be the breaking point. Though thankfully with our people having prepared, there will be a lot of discipline and little conflict. Whether that is piece of good news or bad news, the one thing green dragons are not is animals. They do not tend to slaughter for fun.
We'll need to take out a map and mark every report we get, including this one. Try and come up with a plan while we're still here.
Well, yes, I would think that it might be prudent to relieve the mother of any backup first before we encounter her. The worst thing that could happen to us is that we encounter her together with her biggest children.
Also,
So
I think they said that they don't know her whereabouts, right?
No, her whereabouts, she's definitely in the blind forest, that's her lair. But there are no reports on her state. How many heads she has, how big she is, if she's throwing fireballs around.
Mm. The thing is, this is the first, 4 or 5 days out of quite a while that we might be spending over here. I think when you guys think I have a solid grasp on the language, that is when we should be taking into account all of the latest news and making our plans. But I agree with Leos. We will definitely need to cut this fight up a little bit at least.
You do have to consider
Free
that
the
after
cities.
you learn the language, I need time to learn the word from you. Which
Yeah.
will be a lot faster, considering my skills, but still not a matter of hours. And
Yeah,
while I have been doing my preparations for the ritual as much as I could, I'm not certain how well all worlds will work together once I have.
I'm sure you'll be doing the best anyone here could do, so it'll be plenty.
Consider your plans, but be aware that our window of opportunity after our return will be short. Not simply because we run the risk of being placated by the mother, but because if we strike against her, she holds all the cards. And an advantage that none of us has so far. Hostages. Our ability to liberate a city is limited. When another city will be bargained against the lives of you all.
I sort of agree and I sort of disagree. It really depends on how fast we move.
Information travels quickly,
It does.
and green dragons are of the smarter variety. You have shared with me that the daughter of Veranmer has used magic against you, but a very young being.
I mean more that it takes some time to round up a city and go killing.
If you intend to act efficiently, yes. I understand the risks, and considering the alternatives, I understand that we may fail to resolve the situations without any sacrifice. However, I will not be the one who will have to live with it. Our plan relies on you heavily. Still, there's no purpose in overthinking it until we gather more information. I shall return to my observation, or I prefer to maintain radio silence with my contacts list where located, and the information I obtain is limited. But time is what we have committed to, so let us use it.
Yeah, let's go back to Draconic.
Can you teach us curse words today in Draconic?
Let's get going.
The issue with curse words in Draconic is that they are, How was it?
Actually, magical curses.
No. Okay. Like, I have the word on my tongue, but I can't remember it. Cannot be replicated by a non-reptilian throat.
We have two.
That's meaning
Already
that
three shapeshifters.
while
Good is a language if you can't curse it.
True.
dragons are a proud and noble race, and they enjoy to have their curses to themselves. Thus, Lady Kadar, while knowing those curse words and being able to recognize a dragon cursing at her, is incapable of replicating it. Well, she is actually capable to do that with illusion magic, which she does. So she teaches you the words, but unless you yourself possess shape-changing abilities
Magical
or
means.
illusion magic, yeah.
Or illusion magic.
And it has to be more than minor illusion. It has to be what's that?
God damn it.
Major image, I
Huge
think,
arrow in the sky.
is the lowest one that can do proper sounds. Like minor illusion can do but not the whole word. Do you have to see to my notebook? Yeah, you.
You know the answer is yes. So.
Alright.
He's not even blinking. He's just sitting there.
Yeah, searching his dominance over my notebook. Alright. Anything you want to do or talk about immediately based on this new course of events?
No, Arliss was right. There's no point in talking about it now when we're here for another 70 or more days. It just pains me to think what they're gonna go through.
Yep.
Alright. You continue your studies for another 2 weeks. Before Khazar gathers you for a meeting again. The dragons have established their presence within Aldana and have begun assimilating. The London woodlands, what remains of them, have been completely taken over. Whatever elf has refused to surrender has either escaped or been slaughtered. I am unaware whether she has interrogated anyone as to the destiny of the metallic dragons. I have no more contacts since the London Woodlands.
Can you contact someone if I know his name?
Yes?
Try. Well, last time I saw him, they said his fate was different, and thus he departed. Try Muradin.
No, I need to know the person. There has been no attempts at resistance from Neba or Aldana, and the gates to Tor remain closed. There's been an attempt by the dragons to breach them, but it is a dwarven fortress. It is a dwarven fortress, and it will remain breachable for many decades, if not centuries to come. Though it seems the dwarves have made their choice. A horde has
What do you
begun
mean?
to be collected. Hidden art and creatures of talent. The area of the mother is gathering musicians, painters, sculptors, storytellers. A palace is being constructed. I'll grow. Chosen can never remain as vassal states with Lord Patrician and Albert Reinich relegated to rule the people of Aldana as direct subjects to the mother. They are expected to report to her whims and tax their people accordingly, providing the dragons with food and other treasures. In return, they will be provided with security and peace for all ages to come. Kingdom of Aldana and all surrounding countries subsequently are soon to become under the dominion of the dragonkind. Though I expect that to be a more long-term plan.
Any news about the other cities?
Do you mean outside of Aldana?
Hmm?
Do you mean outside of Aldana?
No, I mean inside. What about Tercer Benier? What about Z? What about Akerland? Fivald?
All of Aldana.
What about Neverwinter?
All of Aldana is under their control. Just because they do not have significant... You don't need many dragons to control Akerland. Not when Klausen can never besieged. I know nothing about Neverwind there, for I have no contact in there.
But Sardas does.
And it is up to him to get a response out of his wife. For I have not received any.
Well, I know she mentioned having a place to lay low when things started, so
And I have heard no rumors of the dragons clashing with the undead, so let us suppose that no news is good news. Oh, yes.
Do you maybe, Zaros, do you maybe want to contact her and ask if everything's okay?
I can. I mean, I know it's mentioned that contacting in out of here could be a little dangerous.
Dangerous?
It
Oh,
is
yeah, right.
hard and a risk. I am 90% sure that a simple sending spell will not have us located. But as I am myself unaware of the full extent of Mother's growth, of the abilities she might have obtained in the last centuries, how much time it was for her, I'm not 100% certain.
Yeah, so we should probably keep that to minimum at this, not do it too often. I can check in right now if you guys would like. See what the status there is.
No, I think we should get a report maybe the closer we are to leaving
better?
from here.
So one last good piece
Yeah.
of news is that the tower, since it has been built after the Dragonfall, has managed to obscure itself.
That's good news.
Yeah.
Let us hope it lasts. It is not necessarily a secret location.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to get that information pretty quickly. So hopefully they can hold.
How is your progress? It's been 21 days.
Halfway there.
Ah, I see. You're starting to get the accent.
Don't know what to tell you, honestly.
I'm learning to dance. Well, to dodge, I would say, rather say.
I kind of feel like me and Leo should have stayed back there, but I know splitting the party isn't the best idea.
I mean, what the fuck would we have
It just would have been
been
a
doing
huge
there?
target.
Except getting killed, for sure.
I mean,
And by the way, I also need to learn draconic words for this to work, right?
Right.
yeah, I mean, if anything, I would be the only one not specifically looked for in this group from the sounds thing.
Yeah, technically you could probably go back. Maybe you just get tortured for our location and be kept alive in exchange for it. I don't know. Could work.
Oh, yes, I suppose I should have mentioned this earlier. The bounty has been expanded to include Zardas. He is not wanted for murder, neither is it a part.
Guilt by association.
You are a person of interest.
So me, Melora, Arlis, and Leos are wanted for killing her babies. Leos for killing 1, us for killing 3.
3.
We killed the 2 twins, and the one where Leos just came. Wait, Zardas also was there, wasn't he?
That wasn't
That
us.
was
No, that
The elf.
was with
the elves.
What do you mean? That was the other twin?
There were twins. There were the
Yeah.
guy in the mage, the
Yes.
girl mage.
We only killed him first and then her after. There was no third dragon, or?
No, we killed. Did we kill with Leos the sister?
Yes.
Okay.
The sister has escaped after the first time.
Okay.
Grew up and you fought her again.
Yep.
So yes, if Zardos were to travel back there and were located, which is quite capable, for you have enemies that are not dragons in that world, you would certainly be located, captured, and tortured, well, interrogated for information that you would eventually surrender. I'd rather not test whether the Mother of Dragons is capable of getting here.
It seems a high
Yeah,
risk
unnecessary.
reward play.
Well, even if she fails, she will be aware of our point of exit.
Yep.
okay. So that means before we leave here, we need to have a plan of attack that we can.
I am beginning to formulate
Likely-
a plan, for the Mother seems intent on remaining in her lair for now.
Okay, that's good.
It could be bad.
Yeah, who knows what she's hiding.
could be recovering. She could be laying.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I mean, they'll take a while to age, right?
Certainly. But if we fail, well, if you fail, I'm gonna be in trouble.
I think if we fail, we're all gonna be in trouble, and it's not just.
Oh no, you're gonna be dead.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, at least the dwarves and
Not that we
Tor
won't
will
be in trouble then.
Or we-
Different kind of trouble. I think a certain other individual on the other side of the veil might disagree. with us.
Right. Well, I mean, we could always check in with him and see what he was doing. Maybe he's happy and no longer interested.
Yeah, very likely.
I think we should just hope that that the Mother of Dragons is unaware of Said Nevek's ascension and doesn't make any weird deals with him.
They were enemies last
Well,
time they met.
Yeah, sure they were. He was on her list, though.
Maybe he's like, yeah, I changed sides. You're now a pretty cool person to me.
I think you would want to use her as a tool.
Yes, exactly.
But I've been thinking, if the Great Oak is no more, I don't know if you can revive a dead god. That brings hope to killing another god.
Would you like the book, Trego? Is that what you're saying?
Even if I would be able to read it, I couldn't execute on that.
Just checking. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun when we go back.
Indeed.
We either have to whittle them down as we go or jump straight to her and hope that we're not mobbed by the other 30. Yeah.
It feels like trying to save a person bit by bit. And when you save one bit, you lose the other. You save a hand, you lose a leg.
Yeah.
You save the ear, you lose the eye.
That's an interesting perspective on this. Is there any way that we can get some insights into the blind forest, what the fuck she's doing there, without us actually going back to the other side? I direct that question to Lady Kazan.
Yeah. It is possible if either my contacts are brought into her lair, but from what I understand, the only ones so far who have been allowed into the blind forest were the artisans that aren't meant to live. And I pity to say that, but I have failed to make any of them a spy of mine.
Well,
But I am
That is
certain
unfortunate.
that it will happen. Sooner or later. Maybe as short as in a week or two. She will require her vassals to report, and there is chance that they will be made to travel into her new fortress. Though there is also a possibility that they will report to her children, which are on the place. I do not know.
let's just hope that whatever she is building is maybe as harmless as it sounds. Just a nice place, just getting the artists to sing and paint for her, play for her. Not,
Yeah, sure. It's probably like a new, giant, bigger metal body for herself. I don't know.
Yeah, No, that's yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
if
you
you
never
are
know.
worrying that she is building some kind of a super weapon, then her way of building a super weapon would be fucking around all day.
Yeah.
That's a good point, and it's nice to have entertainment while you're doing that, I guess.
Hmm.
That is a disturbing thought. That's so
Some
crass.
music, you know.
I appreciate it as much as any lady, but well, I suppose everybody has their own fetishes.
Guess so. Hope it doesn't change too much further.
In either case, it is quite likely that we will be forced to, at the very least, encounter both of Mother's eldest together. So you might want to put some thought into that kind of scenario.
You mean the mother and the two oldest together, or just the two oldest without the mother?
I do not believe we can handle Mother being not alone. And if
Yeah, I don't think
you...
so either.
Well, it is better to prepare for any kind of opportunity, but I am just telling you the least bad a situation you should prepare.
So, best case, they're still gonna be together, those two. Yeah.
I have never heard them not being together. I have a
I
feeling
Really weird
they
sort of
are...
relationship.
Yes.
Hmm. Well, if they all group up, we may need to get all the help we can get in that one attack then. So, getting the wizards, getting Mr. Shine, all in one attack, so they can entertain the children while we pound the mother.
Possibly.
The kind she doesn't enjoy.
Well, we don't know her fetishes. Who knows what those artisans are supposed to do there?
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry I said anything.
Yeah, let's not assume.
Well, I mean, I suppose it could be some of them could be sculpting more than just statues. You know what I mean?
Giant tools for pleasure.
On the other hand, as long as the dwarves have battered down the hatches, there just may not be enough metal for that.
Maybe they're building pretty big battering rams, if you catch my drift. They're not supposed to breach castle doors.
Well, she has been alone for a while, man.
Let us not. Let us not descend into humor quite that crass. Though I enjoy
Fair
it's a
enough.
moment of levity.
Let's go back to Draconic, I guess.
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's fucking go.
Alright, you return to your studies for another 2 weeks. That's what? 35 days. Go on, say it. Yes, you.
Did you not hear the banging right now?
It's a banging. Oh no.
Oh no, it isn't coming through.
Nothing
Yeah,
has
banging?
happened. Nothing has happened. But it's been 3.5 hours. Nothing has happened.
There's some banging in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Swinger.
It's not just banging, it's
Yes.
gang. Well, now we know. Alright, I'm not gonna make the joke. Anyway, yeah, another 2 weeks pass before Lady Khazar gets you all together again for a meeting with the latest report. Alright, there's been some movement. Two of the Wyrmlings have disappeared. No corpses have
Oh,
been
no.
found, and no one responsible for their deaths has been found. Forcing, after intensive interrogation and a lot of loss of contexts, was the mother to accept that their deaths might have been caused by outside forces.
Do we know where they disappeared from?
No. The knowledge of the disappearance has come to my contacts after the dragons have come knocking on the door.
I'm gonna bet that was your wife, Zardos. I'm pretty sure she's bored as fuck.
Could be. Just outstretching her legs.
Well, for better or worse, this has forced the dragons to change their activity. They have consolidated their positions, which means that while specific points are better fortified, the rest are... There are a lot more holes in their net of security now. They have abandoned the woodlands
Nice.
and seem to have relegated control over population to the human forces, while the dragons control the leaders of human population. Judging that with the leaders worried about their own lives, the leaders will make certain to tell the people what to do. Thankfully, so far they are keeping along with the plan, though I am uncertain how long this will last. And the disappearance of the dragons has not made it easier for the dragons to be in control. On another side of the coin, both with good news and bad news, I've had a friend brought into the forest. The forest has been completely taken over by the mother. I am not talking of her control of the territory, I am referring to her control of the nature itself. The domains of your lord has been bended to her will, and serve and move as she desires, forming roads or closing up the forests according to her will, being guardians and walls alike. As the castle that she builds is growing and is close to completion.
So this essentially means that we would have to fight an entire forest if she were to hide there.
Not fight, but struggle through. Those were the good news. The bad news is I have received the approximate sizing of the mother, for she has been sick.
small creature.
Some call it tiny.
Always a question of comparison.
Second,
Maybe compared to Gruga. Probably compared to Gruga Lagran. Maybe she is tiny.
oh
if we're
yeah.
lucky.
Let's hope.
Previously, the numbers you received were a wingspan of 148 or 146, a height of 67, and a length without a tail of 102 meters, which means she's about as tall as 3 9-story buildings. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So what is that? 27 stories, 30-story building, yeah, something like that. She was inside of her lair, so we didn't get a good look. But I do have a confirmation of a height of around 100 meters.
A 100 meters, right?
Yes,
Height or length?
height. Standing height. With the neck outstretched.
What do you mean, no okay?
So,
Better
should
than
we
the other
attack
way.
her with Earthquake? Since she's kind of building, more or less. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I
it
think
would...
she'll really enjoy it while she's in the air and the earthquakes beneath her.
It would be more of a
Probably
massage.
Do it on her back.
Very happy.
Well, at the
It's
very
probably
least,
massage,
that
yeah.
could certainly be part of a plan, as far as bringing her attention means. For the destruction of her lair will be met with a lot of unhappiness on her side. Though I doubt whether we will be able to sneak unannounced into the forest for the range of the earthquake spell, for I am certain that the forest has eyes and they belong to her. The last good piece of news is that, aside from the deaths that have happened during the interrogation, there have been no further slaughter. Life goes on. It is spring, and the crops are being sown. Dragons want to eat.
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, at least it doesn't sound like the situation is getting any worse, you know? At
Yeah.
the moment.
I wonder if we have to burn down the entire forest to get to her. Question: the her two biggest children. It's not like they're taking. Are they residing in Kreuzung and or Nebo?
Her eldest children are always with her.
Okay, but there are dragons in those cities.
Yes. The other adult dragons are in Kreuzung. She has 4 adult children, though. No, there's... Like, for dragons, there's a big range where they're considered adult. Rather than young, no? Like for humans.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe it might. I don't know if this would be the plan, but maybe we attack both cities, kill them, wait for her to make a move, send more adults.
That's what I was considering.
Because if we go in there without getting rid of them, what prevents her from calling them back?
Exactly. I mean, 3
You attack one city, you will lose the other.
How do you know?
attack her and fight 3 big dragons plus however many the other one she has with her.
Well, it
If
is
we
certain
corner-
that we must bait our anger, the mother, into fighting us alone.
Yes.
And I have some friends working on means toward that goal. But we do not know enough to say if that will work or
Yeah.
not. There is a powerful tool at our disposal
We're gonna
that
be here
is
for a while longer.
certain to get her attention. The only concern of ours is how many children she brings. That is a problem I am currently solving. Please focus on your own studies. Do not let the worry slow you down, no matter how much such worry is understandable.
I think it does the opposite.
Well, do not rush too much, for you must understand the language before you can.
Yes, yes.
It's actually a motivator.
Okay. Let's get back to business.
Yeah. I think that's the only thing that we can do right now.
Right. And with that, you shall resume your training. But for the purpose of our
Yes.
current head count, I think this is the best time to take a break as I continue my preparation for the next week. Hopefully bringing mechanics
Yes.
both to Zardos and to
Yes.
Lucas. Well, yeah, Leos and Lucas and Jay and Zardos.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm gonna head out. Thank you very much for the session and see you all next week, yes?